And so a new week has happened, a new balance change, I think a not so good one. I think it steers the meta way too much to what can I say, Second Dinner really wants to see. But without further ado, let's get into the newest balance changes. So Lizard went from a 2 energy 5 power card that has ongoing minus 3 power if your opponent has 4 cards here to an ongoing minus 4 power if your opponent has 4 cards here. Basically this changes not a lot, funnily enough, due to another set of circumstances of ongoing changes, as you will see. But what do I think of this nerf? That's fine. I mean, it doesn't do much of anything. If your opponent has really 4 cards everywhere, you're probably playing against Ultron or Sera, which you will probably be playing against. So otherwise, if those decks get nerfed, Lizard is still king, and you can also just play Luke Cage or silence him with things like Zero, like what his name is, Sauron. There are just so many ways to just keep the Lizard's power at 5. So I don't think this will make quite a big impact. But yeah, this is it's a nerf. It's a nerf. It's a very small nerf. Enchantress went from a 4 energy 4 power card to a 4 energy 6 power card. Truly, Sera needed more ways to beat our ass. Yeah, you know Sera and Zabu decks keep playing Enchantress even though she had 4 power just because it's a strong on reveal? Yeah, and they'll continue playing her after this. There's no reason why she should be 4-6. She should have been at 4-5 because she already sees a lot of play in Sera decks. And like Zabu decks in general. Like, people who keep saying shit like, oh yeah, well, but she's a very situational tech card, why does she have such low power? That's exactly why she should have low power. That's why armor is always such a just strong 2-drop auto include, because yeah, it just fucks destroy decks, and it has just a premium stat line. You get it? That's why Iceman is good too. Like, why? Like, why is she a 4-6 now with a really, really powerful game-changing on reveal? Like, there's no point. Like, and people who compare him to Rockslide only sees play in one deck. You can play Enchantress anywhere. She's basically now just a better White Queen. And like, White Queen has ways that she can also be useful in Devil Dino decks, but just like Enchantress just shits on so much stuff in the current metagame. There is no way she doesn't see play, and I think they'll drop her power from 6 to 5. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens like next week. This power is incredible. Like, I don't understand why they did this, especially when Sera is so strong. This is a very, very questionable change. Finally, Sandman went from 5 energy 5 power to 5 energy 3 power. Truly, they do love the Sera decks, don't they? 1 buff to Sera and 1 nerf for Electro Sandman, their strongest counter. I think this is a very like questionable change too. Like, why is the entire meta revolving around being only able to play 1 card per turn, or being able to play all your cards on your final turn? Shouldn't like the earlier turns matter as well? Like, this is why I don't like these changes. Like, instead of us balancing the cards more, like, Sera should have way less impact than she does on turn 5, and Sandman should have way less impact if ramped into. Both of these cards are so unfun and just turn the game from me having to actually play my cards and make decent combinations into, do I have the out against Sera, or do I have the out against Sandman, or I just retreat. Like, this is a very, very also questionable change. I don't like it, and I honestly don't think this gives me a very bad, how do I say, idea of the balance changes going forward. I hope Second Dinner goes better with these, but we also have one more change that it probably applies to none of you, but I'll mention it real quick just so we have covered everything that's happened right now. And Shanna went from 4 energy 2 power to 4 energy 4 power. Truly the change of all time. My Cerebro 2 deck is now dead with Shanna because she kills Cerebro anyway. I don't think anyone really cares about Shanna the She-Devil. Like, she's a very interesting card. I don't think she's bad. She has good synergy with Dazzler. If I would play her ever, if I have Dazzler and Shanna, you will see a deck profile from me right away. I'll make it the same day, but I don't think that this is a decent or good change. This just... I don't think it understands the problem between Shanna. Like, the problem isn't that she has 2 power. Like, yeah, that's a very small amount of power to place on the board, but it's just that random 1 costs are usually can be very bad for you. Like her playing Zero or Ebony Maw. Like, you can't say like, well, just play Shanna on the final turn. Then why don't you do that? Because you have better stuff to be doing on turn 6. Like, you realize if you can Zabu into Shanna, into Kazar, like, yeah, cool. you die to Killmonger on turn 6 because you placed so much power already. Like, she's not a bad card, but she definitely needs a change of effect or something else to do, because just this doesn't work. I think she should just do something that's more in line, like creating 1 cost 2 energy tigers or something. I don't know what Shanna does. I never read a comic of hers. I've only seen her in the X-Men animated series show. So yeah, that was the analysis of the changes from today, of the over-the-air changes. I hope they make better ones in the future. And this has been Romic, and I hope to see you in the SnapMania. Make sure to subscribe too. I keep forgetting.